Hey everybody, welcome back. What we have here is a 52-inch Sears turn of the century ceiling fan made by Emerson. This is the quote-unquote 1895 version, as I refer to it, because this is basically a rebranded Emerson 1895 series, just with a different faceplate and a different sideband, basically customized for Sears. This one, as you may remember, I do have one of these already. This is not the same one that I already tested. This one is in much better condition than that one. That one is pretty rough. It's not in great condition if you remember from that video, and I'll link that one in the description too. But anyways, this one came from the salvage store that I frequent. I actually went there this past weekend with a fellow fan collector. It's where I got the gear-driven fan in the last video. Or it's who I got that one from. This one didn't come from him. This one actually came from the salvage store. It was there. They had it for sale, and they actually had two of them. So the other collector got one, and I got this one. So that worked out really nicely that they had two of them for us. But yeah, so, and it also, I didn't have to get it because I already had one, but I wanted one in a better condition. So, yeah, this one, it is a 4-speed model, as these, I think, always were, just like the earlier 1895 series. It has a KB-55 motor, again, like all 1895 series. And then, of course, this is a different model than the ones that had the K-55 and the dropped flywheel, which I have a few of those as well. But they had a matching model that was this exact same like color finish combination with the brown faceplate, nose, blade arms, and top plate, and the brass ornate sideband, except it had a K-55 motor and a dropped flywheel. Basically, that version was a rebranded Emerson Casablanca Classic, and this version is the 1895 rebrand. So basically like two different versions that Sears rebranded. And then, of course, they also rebranded the Lasco versions, the turn of the centuries, the later ones, with the skeletal skeletal cast aluminum motors. Yeah, so this one thing I don't think I mentioned in the other video, I think I didn't even notice it because that one's finish is so in such bad shape. But the finish of these is like a textured, like not really like a crinkle finish. It's just more of like textured, like stippling or something like that. Whereas the dropped flywheel K-55 models, the finish is completely smooth. I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, so it's got stencil blades, it's got the ornate blade badges, which I think these always came with. I know the K-55 dropped flywheel models, some of them came with blade badges, and some of them didn't. And some were variable speed, some were 3-speed, but these were, I think, always 4-speed. Original pull chain extension, well, it's not an extension, it's all one length from the original arcless pull chain, which you can't even see, it's out of frame. I'll show you in a minute. And then the light kit, which came with the fan, probably not a genuine Sears light kit. And then those tulip shades also came with it. But yeah, the fan was complete, came with everything, including the mounting bracket, which is missing on my other one, and the ball. Yeah, so I guess now, go ahead and turn the fan on. Start it up on high. And for some reason, despite the blades being in like perfect balance, the arms or the blade arms themselves are in like perfect line. None of the blades are warped. It still has a wobble for some reason. So I guess maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe the two of them they had at the store came from the same house and they just mixed up the blades when they took them down or something. So I have a mismatched set. but I don't know. I balanced it as best I could. This is literally the best I could get it. Spent like an hour and a half last night down here just balancing it. And it's not that bad. It runs nicely, moves a lot of air. These KB-55s, I think, typically go pretty fast, pretty high RPMs. I just realized I completely forgot to show the light kit, so I'll turn that on. Show the light kit while the fan's running. I'll turn it on again after. Oh, I think I skipped medium. That was weird. I didn't pull the chain far enough down, and then I pulled it again and skipped medium. So that's medium, or speed 2, I guess, since it's a 4-speed fan. And there's more wobble on medium for some reason. It's pretty fast, so more like a medium high on this one. Speed 3 or low 1. This is the functional low. That's also pretty fast. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the other one is a little bit slower on its speeds 2 and 3. Even the white 4-speed 1895 I used to have. Okay, and low 2 for speed 4, which is the aesthetic slow restaurant low. It seems a little faster than normal, but it's still a nice slow low. So one thing, Emerson got their 4 speeds right in terms of like RPMs. And I know that the KB-55 motors, I think, are 2-speed. So I think the 4-speed ones have resistors that control the second, or the 2 lows. Or maybe, yeah, it's the high is high, medium is low on the KB-55, and then the other two, the 2 lows, speeds 3 and 4, are controlled with resistors. So, turn it back to high. Spin down. I also think this is the first one I've had that doesn't have bearing noise when I got it. I know I had to oil the white one that I had bearing noise all the time, pretty much. I'm pretty sure the other one that I got, I also had to oil. Another one of these, and then, I don't know, but I don't think that brass 1895 I had any issues with, though. So yeah, this one, they seem to have taken good care of it, previous owners. I'm going to turn the light kit on while it's spinning down just to show you guys, demonstrate that since I forgot to before. Those light bulbs, I think 3 of them, yeah, 3 of them came with the fan. One of them was burned out, so I had to replace it. It came with 4, so I got free light bulbs. And they're all incandescent. Wow. Okay. Finally stopped. No kickback. This is like the best KB-55 I think I've ever tested. Either this thing was barely run when it was installed, or I don't know, it just got really good bearings. Turn the light kit off, and the reverse switch on these is of course on top of the motor, just like the early 1895 series, so I'm gonna attempt to find it. Oh, here it is. Alright. Start it up on speed 4, low 2, in reverse. I feel like if I didn't have the 20th century up in the dining room, this would be a contender for there. Although it would have been better if I still had the brown Sears in the K-55 dropped flywheel version in the addition. So I had that one installed in there for a while. And this would have gone well with that one. Okay, speed 3, low 2, or sorry, low 1. Functional low. Speed 2, medium. Oh, it seems like the wobble is a lot better in reverse. Interesting. On medium and forward, it was wobbling all over the place. Great. And speed 1, high. Yeah, this is one of those odd cases where it's better in reverse. There's virtually no wobble. Huh. Very interesting. Unless the other fans being on has something to do with it, but probably not because they're on low. Okay. Alright, now to up close view of the fan. So this light kit, which as I mentioned I don't believe is original, or at least isn't a genuine Sears light kit. It might be original to when the fan was put in. Generic tulip shades or grandma glasses, some people refer to them, and this pull chain extension is one I had. Didn't come with the fan. This is the arcless pull chain finial. It's not an extension, it's all one length. Old arcless pull chain up there, and you can see the finish on the faceplate, blade arms, and nose. It's that really neat textured finish. I guess on the motor housing it is kind of like the crinkle finish on the Fasco in my room, but yeah, the canopy also has it. And then the blades, this really nice stencil that I love. And those fancy blade badges, which are the exact same that the 48-inch Emerson Designer Series that I have used. And I believe the Casablanca Classic Ornate one used these exact same badges as well. Or maybe not the same, but very similar. Yeah. The blade arms, surprisingly, on this one are the smooth kind that are like, don't have any steps or texture, or they, not like the finished texture, but you know what I mean. Like the radial steps on the older 1895 series blade arms that also interlock. This one doesn't have that either. So it's kind of interesting. And the arms themselves are the newer style, which again is weird because this is clearly an older design with the 4-speed motor, or 4-speed pull chain reverse switch on top of the motor. Just right there. But that has the newer style blade arms. And then of course up top there's the label, the information's Sears Roebuck and Company, USA. Oops, focus. I'll show the model number. Sears ceiling fan, model number 292.105402. UL listing, specs, weather info. And then the top plate is basically the exact same as the 1895 series with these vents here and the little raised portion for the KB-55 reverse switch, as I mentioned. And then of course it has the same Emerson tuna can canopy, as we call it. Yeah, this one's a ball and socket like the 1895 series. It's not the or the double claw hook mounting like the dropped flywheel K-55s and the Casablanca Classics and everything older. So I'll turn the light kit on just one more time, just because. So that is just about it for this one. That's the Emerson's, or Sears, made by Emerson, turn of the century ceiling fan, the 1895 version. And I wish that somebody would stop walking around upstairs making loud noises, but that is about it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.